So, what the hell is Bowser's Fury? Has anyone checked if his mortgage is due? Did he lose his favorite pair of socks in the dryer? Or is it the realization that he's unable to be both a fatherly figure for his son Bowser Jr. and take over the Mushroom Kingdom? Yeah, he probably just lost his favorite socks. When the game was announced, I actually didn't fully grasp that this new addition to 3D World would play very differently from the main game. It never crossed my mind that this was going to be an open world sandbox game in which you can go from level to level seamlessly. So it caught me by surprise the first time I started playing it. Psych. People always tell me I'm a good liar. The first time this game caught me by surprise was when I first booted it up and heard this sexy ass cello play. You know, the player was fucking shit up in the studio like, oh, you want me to play the cello but in a sexy ass way? Alright. And that's where I want to first start, the music. I was never a big fan of the 3D World theme music. I remember first hearing it in Super Mario Maker for the Wii U. Yes, I know. I had a big gap in my gaming years, so all I did to get my gaming on was watch Let's Plays, literally. The theme always felt a little, I don't know, a little less majestic than from previous 3D Marios. I mean, especially after coming right off such a beautifully crafted soundtrack such as Galaxy was. However, Bowser's Fury just came back and injected that flair of Mario music that only Koji Kondo knows how to craft. A mixture of upbeat, dreamy, and straight metal rock sounds were a huge surprise to me to listen to in Bowser's Fury. The unnerving drums and guitar slowly but surely increasing in strength as you notice the weather changing definitely added a sense of doom and gloom that only a kaiju Bowser knows how to add. And now, in addition to the humongous villain, which we'll get to in just a sec, we also were greeted with a humongous world to explore in Bowser's Fury. The game opens up with Mario falling through what seems like a mess made up of what one would describe as sunshine goop. Yes, even the classic M with eyes that Bowser Jr. is known to perpetuate across Isle Delfino is present in this game. After being transported to what is essentially a new world, Mario is greeted by what one can deduct is a playground of sorts. After teaming up with Bowser Jr., the map opens up and reveals a set of islands that Mario can go to freely with no need to progress through a first level. Something this open has never been implemented in a 3D Mario game before, at least not to this level. The usual jump in a painting to go to the next level or get in this giant hat to travel to the next kingdom world design wasn't implemented for this game. The way progress occurs is through visiting the many islands across the map, each being its own level filled with enemies, platforming, obstacles, and cat shines. These shines power the lighthouses on each of the islands, which kind of serve as an indicator of your progress on that particular island. And now, onto the big beast that is Bowser in this game. I found the way progression was tackled in this game to be very interesting. It brought back memories of the Sheikah Towers in Breath of the Wild, where one would only be able to look at part of the map until they actually activated that region's Sheikah Tower, which would uncover not only the map, but also little secrets due to the terrain being shown on the map. After a certain amount of cat shines being collected, the game's new feature, a Giga Bell, is unlocked, giving Mario the ability to transform into a kaiju and fight Big Bowser head-on. This fight usually can be broken down into a classic Mario boss fight formula. You weaken your enemy, ground pound them, repeat it 2 more times, etc, etc. But it really switches your perspective of the map in a very unique way. Once you beat Bowser, emphasis on the quotes because you don't really beat him, he just hides back into his tower cocoon. Another part of the map opens up with more islands, more obstacles, more enemies, and with more shines. And I really did like the progression of this game. I actually kind of liked it more than progression from previous Mario games. Why? Well, because the threat is always there. It's not hidden behind a door with a minimum of stars needed to unlock. Threat isn't waiting in a room atop of the castle. The threat is always looming and only informs you of its arrival through visual and auditory cues. Look, I don't know, I'm biased. I love Majora's Mask because it's kind of like the same theory. A big part of why I love Majora's Mask is the never-ending anxiety of having a giant-ass moon on the verge of collapsing on you. Well, it's the same reason why I like Bowser's Fury. I don't know what that says about me, but you know, Also, traveling. My God. Thank you for giving Mario a proper mount. Finally. Look, sorry Yoshi, but you're cute and all and shit, but your ass isn't as fast and OP as Plessie. The traveling between islands / stages is made all the more easier thanks to little old Plessie. Although admittedly, Plessie is a little bit of a cheat code. Plessie is basically invincible and can run through every single one of these enemies in the game and every single one of these obstacles. Look, I've been a big fan of open world games from my first dip into the genre of games through Ocarina of Time, which can be debated at this point whether it's an actual open world, per today's standards of course, up to Breath of the Wild. It's the freedom it permits for the player to explore, discover, mess up, and learn by themselves on what can be achieved and what cannot be achieved yet. And that's a huge part of this game. 3D Mario has been great at exploration and rewarding it, and Bowser's Fury is not immune to that design choice. Exploration is actually required as part of Bowser's Fury. Each and every island changes after every shine collected, thus encouraging you to continue discovering and exploring the island. The island is a constant variable in the game that is Bowser's Fury. And now, why did I write this video? I don't know, bro. Why is Bowser so furious? Answers to both of these questions, we'll probably never know. Well, I mean, at least one of these questions we'll probably never know. But I want to make the case for the future of 3D Mario to be an open world. I mean, why not? Look how well received this game was. In the age of decade-old lazy ports, Skyward Sword. Damn, that was a real ass cough. People didn't raise much hell because of this game being tacked along with 3D World and priced at $60. Why? Well, because it's mostly a new game. But even after people got a chance to fully beat the game, the general consensus is that open world 3D Mario works. The sense of liberty one has as soon as they collect that first cat shine, and the ability to go to just about any island on the map is just very refreshing. And I feel it's the obvious next step for 3D Mario, because in Odyssey we saw that, you know, you kind of had the quasi liberty of snatching one moon and continuing onto the next one seamlessly. Bowser's Fury takes that same idea but to the 10th degree, without you having to exit the level after collecting everything only to go and do the same thing on another level. The next level is already a few steps away from you, and it's ready to complete whenever you want to and with no linear path set in place. Now, I really do think this was a trial run for Nintendo. They wanted to test the waters for a future 3D Mario set in an open world, and I think this was the perfect way to do it. Paint it as DLC for a beloved game only to be surprised and shocked to find out that DLC plays completely different from the main game and could quite literally be its own game. Hey, I think they struck gold with this idea. And if Nintendo is known for anything, is for their ability at producing quality open world games. Yes, I'm gonna keep using Zelda as an example because it's their anniversary. Even though Nintendo appears to not care about Zelda turning 35 this year, I'm still gonna keep talking about it. So deal with it. So going forward, I do think the next Mario game would most likely be a 3D open world. Now, that's of course if Odyssey 2 doesn't come before that idea. But hey, I completely enjoy this game. As I said, I have a complete bias because I love open world games. But I really do think and I expect Nintendo to create the next 3D Mario game in a fully open world. I mean, it works seamlessly well with Bowser's Fury. I just hope they tell us why Bowser is so upset. Folks, I've been True Fernie. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Every single bit helps. Links to my socials are down below. Please make sure to follow me on Twitch, where I try and stream pretty regularly. Your support out there is greatly appreciated. And shout out to breaking 200 subscribers. That is a milestone for me. I remember when I broke 100 subscribers. Like, this is insane. And to any and all new subscribers, I hope you're enjoying the content. Please make sure to follow me on Twitter, where I scream into the void that is social media. Also, please make sure to join our Discord, where we talk anime, gaming, movies, anything and everything that you yourself might enjoy. Folks, please take care of each other, but most importantly, take care of yourself. Bowser, please relax.